to the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. First of all, I want to give props to the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid, they announced before the game, after him warming up, that his left knee was still sore. He couldn't play. Tobias Harris put forth a big-time performance. Ben Simmons was absolutely sensational last night as well, with Jared Dudley talking smack to him, and Ben Simmons summarily went about the business of shutting everybody up. Booed every time he touched the ball last night at the Barclays Center. Did not help the fan base one bit. Philadelphia 76ers clearly proved to be a highly superior team to the Brooklyn Nets. It wouldn't surprise me at all right now if this series ended in 5. I thought it would go 6-7 after last night to win the way they did without Joel Embiid. I'm like, damn, what am I supposed to say now? But I will want to say this. I want to applaud Brooklyn Nets fans and everybody that showed up at the Barclays Center last night. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a playoff atmosphere. That arena was filled to capacity. Them fans showed up. Brooklyn stood up. Brooklyn stood up. The Nets, however, did not. What a disappointing performance by the Brooklyn Nets. What a disappointing performance. I expected more from the Brooklyn Nets. I expected them to be better than what I saw. I really, really did. And I was incredibly disappointed by what I saw from that team. Dinwiddie had fight in him. D'Angelo Russell had fight in him. LeVert showed up for the first 3 quarters. I don't know what the hell everybody else was doing. It was incredibly disappointing what the Nets basketball team showed up and did last night. Because the Sixers just had their way with them. Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler. My God, if Ben Simmons could get a jump shot, oh my Lord, Philadelphia might win the championship. If Ben Simmons had a jump shot, Philadelphia might win the championship. But he doesn't. Even though he's a big-time player and I love him, I'm not trying to move him, but he needs a jump shot because the Sixers might not make it out of the second round again with Ben Simmons not being able to have a jump shot. He's 22 years of age. His upside is phenomenal. The ball handling skills, the passing skills. He can finish at the basket. He can finish on a break. And oh, by the way, he can defend and got a lot of heart. Ain't scared of nobody. Ben Simmons is a dog. And I mean that as a compliment. That's a rough rider right there. But you got to get a jump shot. Because I don't see how you're going to beat the better teams in the Eastern Conference without Ben Simmons having a jump shot. Boston, Toronto, and Milwaukee. Which means the Sixers go home in the next round. Unless Ben Simmons gets a jump shot. Even though I think the Sixers could beat Toronto. I really do think the Sixers could beat Toronto. But that's just me. 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. One other note before I get to the calls. Before my man Brian Windhorst comes on the show. There was a story. And I'm not going to mention the reporter. I've known him for quite some time. And I'm not going to denigrate my colleagues or anything like that. But he wrote a story about the Sixers and how there was a meeting and Elton Brand reportedly was looking to trade Ben Simmons. And Sixers brass, Sixers management told him, hell no, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is untouchable. I spoke to the Philadelphia 76ers this morning. They emphatically deny that there's any truth whatsoever to that story. They never considered trading Ben Simmons. They're proud of the young squad they have. They want to keep Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler in tow. Ben Simmons ain't going no damn place, and it's never been discussed. They made that very, very, very clear. And they even used the words that the story is completely bogus. So I just want to make sure I point that out. Now let's move on. 888-SAY-ESPN. That is the number to call. Let's go to the phones. Cal, you're live with Stephen A. Talk to me.
Hello, Stephen A. First, I wanted to say peace and vibrations to you and all your listeners.
All right, thank you.
Secondly, I wanted to bring up the Kevin Durant situation.
Go ahead.
The thing about Kevin Durant is I think this man is still, for some reason, highly underrated for no reason. Not necessarily by colleagues such as yourself, one of the best sports people in the business, but by a lot of people. If you really look at all the stats of Kevin Durant, He matches up with some of the best all-time scorers ever.
Mm-hmm.
His defense has improved every year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a team player if you really look at every team he played with. Like, let's think about even with the Thunder with James Harden was there and Westbrook alone. Those were all elite players. So he already had the practice of playing with elite players, numerous Olympic teams, so on. My general thing is a lot of people need to understand what it takes to actually play with those elite players, such as Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. They have a team of all-stars. So he's not always going to get 27 shots a night. He doesn't necessarily need to take more than 15 without them getting a win.
Listen,
so I think what it is when it comes with the matchups, a lot of people, you'll see a Patrick Beverly, who is one of the league's, in my opinion, he's probably the best guarder. On guards. Perimeter-wise.
Yes, he is. He's just undersized. He's given up a 10-inch height advantage over Kevin Durant, but he's clearly one of the better point guard defenders in the game. No doubt about that.
Right, definitely. But the thing is I guess since Kevin Durant had 9 turnovers, which obviously you can't call for that. But last night, let's think alone. He had, 7 turnovers? They still had a win with his 35. So he was more aggressive.
5.
For the most part, that because it was in the game plan for the most part. I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. I got you. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. I just think that at times, because of his efficiency, one would think Kevin Durant needs to shoot the basketball more, but Kevin Durant talks about playing the right way and how getting others involved facilitates winning rather than him scoring a bunch of points, and I kind of understand that. But I appreciate the call. Rudy, you're live with Stephen A. Real quick, Rudy, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you my 2 cents regarding Ben Simmons last night.
Okay.
I mean, we're already talking about this guy just needing a jump shot to become LeBron 2.0.
Yep.
And, with Magic gone from the Lakers now, there's nothing stopping them from, meeting up with Ben Simmons this offseason, developing some sort of jump shot. And, I know he's lighting up the playoffs right now, but I'm really excited to see him next season.
Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons.
Well, you're making me very angry right now. I ask you this question. Take a guess as to why you're making me angry.
Why is that?
Because we're talking about next season, and the man's season ain't over. We got a playoff. We got a playoff to look forward to. You got Boston, Toronto, and Milwaukee waiting for you, and with the supporting cast you have, you got a chance to get to the finals. And you're calling me to talk about next season when they're in the playoffs right now?
No, I totally get that. What I'm trying to say is he's already been dominating. Obviously,
he's not being dominating. He's had 2 games. Game 1, he was non-existent. Game 2, he showed out. Game 3, he showed out. It has to continue. And oh, by the way, against superior competition that's not going to allow him to do what the Nets allowed him to do. I'll give you the last word real quick because I got to go.
Okay. Also wanted to comment on Tobias Harris, 6'6", from the 3-point line. JJ Redick showing up like he always does. We have shooters on the Sixers. I'm looking forward to them beating the Nets, advancing to the next round, and see what they can do.
Okay.
And hopefully we keep on advancing.
I got you. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to admit, I usually never do this, but I'm very disappointed with my callers. I mean, what the hell are y'all going to call and tell me next? The sky is blue, and Stephen A., that's a nice blue turtleneck you have on? I mean, what the hell is next? Y'all wait all of this time to call up here. We talking basketball. Y'all have nothing compelling and interesting to say? No wonder my boy Champ and others call complaining about callers sometimes. I mean, come on. You got the national airwaves available to you. You wait an hour online to call me. And you say stuff. I mean, what the hell you going to tell me next? The Sixers shorts were white. Come on. Call this show, be ready. And say something remotely interesting. I don't have to worry about that with my man Brian Windhorse. He's up next with Stephen A., ESPN Radio, ESPN News. By the way, that was Straight Talk Wireless, nationwide coverage on America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. Share the beauty of the spring season with 1-800-Flowers exclusive 30 for 30 offer. 30 assorted tulips for just $30. To order 30 stunning assorted tulips for only $30, go to 1-800-Flowers.com/ESPN.
This show and all of ESPN is streaming live on the ESPN app. Now with ESPN Plus.